In this video, we will be reviewing a selection of unusual and fascinating photographs that take us on a journey through history. Come along with me as we delve into the past and reveal the tales associated with these amazing pictures. In this photo, we see Anita Ekberg, a famous Swedish actress and sex symbol, standing in the middle of a beautiful wheat field. Her blonde hair flows in the wind, and she looks absolutely stunning in a simple white dress. It's unclear exactly where and when this photo was taken, but it's likely from the 1950s or 1960s, when Ekberg was at the height of her fame. This vintage photo captures a pretty young woman in a stylish bathing suit, standing by the edge of a lake. She looks out over the water, trying to find the perfect spot to jump in and enjoy the warm summer weather. The photo likely dates back to the 1940s, and it's a charming snapshot of a simpler time when people spent their summers relaxing by the lake. This photo shows Richard Byrd's Antarctic snow cruiser on a street in Ohio in 1937. The snow cruiser was a massive vehicle designed to explore the harsh terrain of Antarctica, and it was part of Byrd's second Antarctic expedition. Unfortunately, the snow cruiser was plagued with mechanical problems and ultimately proved to be more trouble than it was worth. This photo is a fascinating glimpse into the early days of Antarctic exploration. This somber photo shows the funeral of Italian priest Peppino Diana, who was killed by members of the Camorrist clan Casalesi inside his church on March 19, 1994. Father Peppino was a brave and outspoken critic of the Camorrist criminal activities, and his death was a shocking reminder of the dangers faced by those who speak out against organized crime. This photo is a poignant tribute to a courageous man who gave his life to fight for justice. This photo was taken inside a G.C. Murphy store in 1968 and shows a well-dressed family standing in front of a new RCA color TV. The family looks excited and proud, ready to take home their latest purchase. It's a classic snapshot of the American dream, as people in the 1960s were eager to embrace new technologies and enjoy the comforts of modern living. This vintage photo captures the beauty of Paris in winter, as snowflakes fall on the city's famous Opera Avenue. The photo dates back to 1916 and shows a bustling street scene, complete with horse-drawn carriages and elegant buildings. It's a charming glimpse into a bygone era and a reminder of how much Paris has changed over the years. This photo captures the contestants in the Washington Tidal Basin Beauty Contest of August 5, 1922. The two young women pictured are Mrs. Eva Friedel and Anna Nebel, both 17 years old and both vying for the title of Beauty Queen. The Tidal Basin Beauty Contest was a popular event in Washington, D.C. in the early 20th century, and this photo is a fascinating window into a different time and place. This photo captures the chaos of war, as French soldiers man a machine gun in the midst of battle. The photo is undated but likely dates back to the First World War, when the French army fought in some of the most brutal and deadly battles of the conflict. It's a stark reminder of the human cost of war and a tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought for their countries. This vintage photo shows a view of Beaver Hall Hill, an affluent Anglophone district in Montreal, with Craig Street, now known as Saint-Antoine Street, in the foreground. The photo likely dates back to the early 20th century and shows the city at a time when it was rapidly expanding and becoming a major center of commerce and industry. This photo captures a group of young builders from BAM, Baikal-Amur Main Line, moving to a new apartment in Tinda-Amur region in 1978. The BAM was a massive railway project that aimed to connect Siberia and the far east of Russia, and it required a huge workforce to complete. This photo is a testament to the hard work and dedication of the builders who made the BAM a reality. In this vintage photo, we see a young woman in a stylish dress putting on her stockings in front of a mirror, preparing for a romantic dinner. The photo likely dates back to the early 20th century, and it's a charming glimpse into a bygone era when women put great effort into their appearance for special occasions. This vintage photo shows the Canadian coronation arch that was erected to celebrate the coronation of King Edward VII in July 1902. The arch was also designed to advertise Canada to potential British immigrants, showcasing the country's beauty and prosperity. The arch was located in Westminster Abbey, London, England, and it's a stunning example of the grandeur and elegance of the Edwardian era. This historic photo captures the opening ceremony of the first modern Olympics in Athens, Greece on April 6, 1896. The Olympics were revived after a hiatus of nearly 1,500 years, and the event was a celebration of international athletic competition and cooperation. The photo is a fascinating glimpse into the early days of the modern Olympic movement. This iconic photo captures the climax of the movie Samson and Delilah from 1949, starring Victor Mature. The photo shows the moment when the laughing and jeering crowd is silenced by the crumbling of the pillars as they begin to move. It's a powerful image that symbolizes the triumph of good over evil and the destructive power of hubris. This vintage photo shows a splatter mask worn by French tank gunners during World War I in 1918. The mask was designed to protect the gunners from the debris and shrapnel that flew around inside the tank during combat. It's a stark reminder of the dangers faced by soldiers during the Great War and the ingenuity and resourcefulness required to survive. This photo captures a Soviet Air Force Mi-17 transport helicopter flying past one of the ancient Bamiyan Buddhist statues in the Bamiyan province of Afghanistan during the Soviet invasion and war in the 1980s. The Buddhas were destroyed by the Taliban in 2001, making this photo a poignant reminder of the cultural heritage lost to war and conflict. This photo shows Swedish sailors at the junction of Kungsgatan and Sveavägen in Stockholm in 1968. The sailors are smartly dressed and appear to be on leave, enjoying the sights and sounds of the city. The photo is a charming snapshot of everyday life in Sweden during the 1960s. In this vintage photo, we see actress Vivien Leigh putting the Oscar she won for Gone with the Wind on her mantle in 1940. Leigh won the Best Actress award for her performance as Scarlett O'Hara in the iconic film, and the photo captures the excitement and pride she felt at receiving such a prestigious honor. This vintage photo shows a group of women on motorcycles in Great Britain in the 1930s. The women are smartly dressed and appear to be enjoying a leisurely ride through the countryside. The photo is a charming reminder of the pioneering spirit of women who broke social norms and embraced new opportunities in the early 20th century. In this iconic photo from 1959, we see U.S. President Richard Nixon presenting a can of Pepsi-Cola to Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. The photo captures the moment when the two leaders met at the American National Exhibition in Moscow, and Nixon used the Pepsi-Cola as a symbol of American prosperity and consumer culture. This gesture led to one of the most controversial deals in human history, as the Soviet Union eventually traded 17 submarines for Pepsi products, making Pepsi the sixth largest navy in the world.